We are getting ready for some springtime riding. It snowed a lot this year and we've had some pretty big storms recently, so the trails are gonna need a lot of clearing. I'm gonna talk about the chainsaw that I like to use and take out on the trail, as well as this new Enduro Engineering chainsaw mount kit that I got. First, I'm gonna talk about the two chainsaws that I own. This one is a pretty standard sized chainsaw. It's a Husqvarna 545 Mark II. I used it all last summer for cutting down firewood. Right now it has a 20-inch bar on it. It's been an awesome saw. This one will work with the chainsaw mount. A lot of people do take these out on the trails, but it's gonna be heavier. It's got the handle on the back side here, and it's gonna be a little bit more bulky for sitting on top there. The other issue is the chainsaw mount that I'm gonna be putting on can only handle a 16-inch bar. This one again has a 20-inch, so I would have to swap that out. This saw is my Stihl 201T. It's an Arborist saw. It's nice and lightweight, and it's really easy to handle. To go over a couple of the specs so you know the differences. As far as max RPM and torque, they are very similar. This is a very capable chainsaw. I bought this on eBay. It had a few issues. It was a little beat up, but it still runs awesome. These things run forever. If you want to go out and buy one new, this is about $800. This standard chainsaw is closer to $550, $600. I talked a little bit about the compact size of this. It's gonna be a big deal when it's sitting on that chainsaw mount because that's going to affect the way the front of the bike handles. The body of this is only about 8 pounds with the 16-inch bar and chain. In total, this thing weighs about 10 pounds. For comparison, my bigger chainsaw weighs 16 pounds. So that 6 pounds you're really gonna feel on the front end of this bike. The next thing I wanna talk about is the diameter of trees that you can cut with this. In general, the rule of thumb is to use the effective cutting distance of the bar, which is gonna be 2 inches less than the total length. So this is a 20-inch bar. Effective cutting is 18 inches. So you can cut up to 36-inch trees. With this one, again, 16-inch bar, effective cutting is 14 inches, so 28-inch diameter trees. That's about the biggest you're gonna wanna cut on the trails. Anything bigger than that, I don't know, get better at enduro riding and ride over it. The last thing that's a big consideration for these is gonna be fuel consumption. The smaller chainsaw here, even though it's got the same torque, same max RPM, this one's gonna run through about 1.4 pounds per hour, and this one's gonna run through 2.6 pounds per hour. So you're gonna have to carry a lot more fuel and bar oil running the bigger chain versus the smaller one. This thing is amazing. Yes, they're a little more expensive. You can find them used. Don't be too afraid of doing that because they're really easy to work on if they're not perfect when you get them. Next, I'm going to show you how to actually put the mount together, and then we'll get it on the bike. This is the Enduro Engineering chainsaw mount. Everything you see here on the table is included with this kit except for the tools. It's going to be a fairly simple install and it only requires 3 tools. We just need a Phillips T20 torque and a 4mm Allen wrench. So let's get this thing put together. To start, you're gonna grab this plastic piece here. This is actually where the chainsaw is gonna slide down through. You can see on the back, it's got 6 holes, and those are gonna line up with these 6 holes here. This plastic cover actually gets placed through here, and then this is gonna sit on top of that, and it's gonna screw through here and then into these. So we are going to drill a couple of holes in this just to make it a little bit easier to screw through. Okay, done with the drill. Putting that away. So we have the 4 holes drilled. Now we can put this in place and attach those screws. I'm just gonna get it started with this Phillips screwdriver, and then I'm gonna switch over to the drill. This is the block that the actual chainsaw body is gonna sit on. So the short way actually works better for my small chainsaw. So I would just measure this out with your chainsaw sitting in here to make sure you're using the correct configuration. And then you're gonna see 6 holes here at the top. For my small chainsaw, I'm gonna use the closest in. So you've got 4 of these plastic pieces. As you can see, they're kind of indented there. That is going to be sitting against the fork. 2 of these have the extra slot here, and that's going to be for the brake cable to slide through. So these are going to mount attached here. We're going to come over to the bike and actually take off the headlight. That's what you need to do in order to use this chainsaw mount. This is super easy. Just undo that side, undo that strap there, pull forward and out. Your brake cable is going to just slide out from the side. Easy. And then mine are attached with these right here. So just 1 and 2. And then we'll cover these just to make sure we don't get any water inside that. Our headlight is coming off, and we're going to replace it with our chainsaw mount. Now this weighs about 2 pounds. The chainsaw mount is about the same. It's about 2.5 pounds. So you're really not adding a ton of weight by the actual chainsaw mount. This indented part is going to sit here against the top of your forks. And so just decide here from the front if you want to use this top hole, or it can slide down and use the bottom. Grab one of your washers, throw that on there, and now we can tighten that down through that bottom hole, and we're just going to thread that in just to get it started and hold it in place. We'll actually tighten it down once it's on the bike. All 4 of those are on. Let's just set it over here on the bike just to see where it lines up. Okay, so these are going to be torque bolts, and once you have your brake line over here, you're just going to line these up, and this is just going to go right there. This comes with 4 of these straps. Once I have this tightened down, the last step is going to be very simple. We're going to run the strap through here behind the fork, cinch down here, and just tighten that up. So we'll still get it all lined up, but for now, just to show you, that's it. Okay, that's it. The last thing that we need to do, these kind of adjusted by themselves. So now I'll just take the 4mm Allen and actually tighten these down now that they're in place. Make sure you have good clearance next to your tire so that as the fork moves up and down, it's not going to hit against that. And last thing is just putting our chainsaw and making sure everything fits. Perfect fit there. And this is just going to go over the handle here through the strap just to prevent any up and down movement. And then it comes with this, go from the back side and just cinch down. That's it. Chainsaw is very secure. It's not going anywhere. So you can see how it moves on the actual bike. That's it. Really easy install. I'm so excited to get out there and start doing some trail work. Hopefully this inspired you to maybe get out there and do some trail work of your own. I'm gonna leave a link to all these products that I used in the description below, so make sure you check these out. Thanks again for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button so you can see all our future videos, and hit the like button, comment if you want to see more. We'll see you guys out on the trail. Bye.